Welcome to our 2023 Release 1. I am so excited to be here today and to share with you all our latest lineup of innovations. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We have a great team of product experts working behind the scenes to get you all the answers you're looking for. We like to dream big and envision an amazing future with you. So before we dive in, please be mindful that some of the statements we'll be covering today are forward-looking. With that, let's kick things off.
Welcome to our 2023 Release 1. I'm super excited to be here today. My name is Inhisa, and I'm the President of Product and Technology at DocuSign. 20 years ago, DocuSign pioneered electronic signatures, making it easy and secure to sign from almost anywhere at any time with confidence. Now, there are many steps before you get to signing a contract and many steps after that also need to be digitized. That's why we're streamlining and digitizing the agreement process and continuing to innovate in new ways. Agreements are central to your organization, and your needs continue to evolve. Think about it. The people in your organization, much less your customers, don't want paper and rigid PDF experiences that are difficult to edit or search. What they want are agreement experiences that are automated, intelligent, and intuitive. They want an experience that is dynamic and powered by data, and people want agreements to be integrated into the business applications and collaboration tools that they work in every day. They want agreement workflows to be automated. And to stay competitive, you invest in technology that give you the most impactful results for your business. We understand that and are excited to be on this journey with you to reimagine your agreement workflows, no matter how big or small. Our vision at DocuSign is to make agreements smarter, easier, and more trusted. Today, we'll be sharing a few of our latest innovations. So first, let's talk about why you need a smarter agreement workflow. Your agreements contain important data like dates, parties, conditions, risks, terms. And to make agreements smarter, we need to understand the data. The intelligence comes from unlocking the data both in the document as well as the metadata around the document and around the process flows. Whether you're negotiating, signing, or even renewing an agreement, understanding the data is critical. On top of the data, we want to apply analytics and AI. We can enable you to do better search, understand the data around the contracts, as well as report on it and make decisions on agreements. You'll see the first example of this in a few minutes. Every step of an agreement workflow can deliver more value for you when it's automated, intelligent, and seamlessly integrated into core business applications and systems. That leads us to easier. Easier is about faster time to value and simplicity. So we're making it simple to not only create forms, generate documents, verify identities, negotiate, sign, execute, and analyze agreements. All of these intelligent agreement workflows and experiences are built on a world-class, trusted, and extensible platform that pioneered e-signature. We have the largest API integrations to core business applications in the world, and the goal is to make it easier for you, your developers and partners to do business, and easier for your customers to do business with you. So let's dive into the new features that'll save you time, delight your customers, and help you grow your business. With that, let me welcome Christian to tell you more.
Thanks, Annie, and hello, everyone. I'm Christian, and I'm very excited to present the e-signature lineup to you today. We are focused on delivering the most innovative e-signature technology in the market to you, and we'll show you why we are the #1 e-signature provider. Enabling great digital experiences is top of mind for organizations of all sizes. Your customers and employees are doing business from everywhere, they're in different time zones, and they like to work asynchronously. Meeting them when and where they need is key to delivering an experience that wows. But it's also about the how. How easy and enjoyable is it for them to carry out their work? This matters because collecting signatures is the #1 reason contract approval is delayed. To help you deliver a delightful customer experience, we're launching 2 new offerings today. The first is web forms, with which you can streamline data collection and speed up signing. As one of our insurance customers said, a static digital form is just a slight upgrade to the paper form. Web forms, however, guides users through an interactive experience that changes form fields based on user input and dynamically populates contents into agreements for signature. The second is document generation for e-signature, which allows you to generate personalized documents within e-signature and save time. I also want to talk to you about bolstering security and trust. We know that enabling trusted transactions while reinforcing security and scalability is top of mind for you. We've heard from you, our customers, that in some cases, you need an added layer of security on who is signing the agreement. To help with that, we're launching an AI-powered identity verification equivalent to face-to-face ID. We have also heard from you that notarization of signatures can be tricky in a digital environment. In fact, the average contract has about 5 signers. We are making that easier for you by enabling signers to complete multiple notarizations of the same agreement at different times. Finally, I'll cover partnerships. We are highly committed to building and evolving partnerships with other technology providers that you work with every day. We want to help you work better, faster, and more efficiently. With this release, DocuSign is interoperable with any certified electronic health record system in the US, including Oracle Cerner and Epic, to improve patient and staff experience. Healthcare providers can now automatically send and upload digitally completed forms back to the patient record. With that, let's take a look at the lineup in greater detail. Many businesses rely on forms to collect information and streamline processes like onboarding, service requests, inventory management, and account openings. But the majority of forms are done manually through static PDFs or through digital forms that lack secure e-signature functionality. When 79% of people prematurely abandon forms, it's clear that organizations are frustrating their customers and aren't getting the information they need. I'm really excited to introduce DocuSign Web Forms to you. Now you can create engaging experiences, streamline data collection, and speed up signing with just a few clicks. With Web Forms, you can accelerate agreement completion with an interactive UI that makes data collection and signing easier than ever. You can also deliver trusted experiences for your signers consistent with your brand. Also, you can enable your teams to easily build and maintain their own forms with no code necessary. Dive into rich reporting and analytics powered by structured data and leverage APIs to easily integrate data with other systems. With that, let's watch the demo.
In this demo, we will show you how to leverage DocuSign Web Forms to streamline data collection and speed up signing through an interactive experience. Web Forms accelerates agreement completion by seamlessly capturing and populating data into agreements in one secure, customizable experience, and enables customers to deliver dynamic form filling experiences with clicks, not code, that unlock the value of data. Tally Bank is working to provide a frictionless customer onboarding experience and streamline new account openings. Currently, they are managing applications through PDF forms that are cumbersome to fill out and process. Today, DocuSign offers Power Forms capabilities that enable self-serve signing on PDF forms, but signers still have to sift through each field and enter their data within this constrained document view. Here's what a web form looks like for that same PDF. It begins with a friendly welcome message. After clicking Start, the user is guided through easily digestible steps with a progress indicator at the top. The red asterisk indicates required fields. The form validates that the user's email address and it's properly formatted, as well as dates and other field types, reducing errors. Here you can see the power of conditional roles. You can see how the spousal income field only appears once the user selects their maid in the previous question. Note that we can also have conditional rules for entire pages of content. So if the user selects that they're employed, then they'll see the security industry regulations page. But if the user indicates that they're a student, then that page is skipped altogether. Now let's finish filling out the form. Here, the user is able to review and confirm their information before signing. The final step is signature. The data that the user filled out from the form dynamically populates the agreement, so all they need to do is sign and the new account application is complete. So how do customers treat this web form experience? You can now go to a new Forms tab in the navigation menu and create a web form from an existing e-signature template. In this case, we'll use the same application form that you saw earlier. This new web form has imported all of the input fields from that template, and this outline view allows the user to quickly navigate through their form. You can customize the form experience starting with the welcome screen. Next, let's configure some of the other pages in the form. The first one will be the account holder details page, and we'll also add some additional matrix for address, secondary account holder, or security industry regulations, security industry regulations continued, and lastly, account type. Finally, I'll quickly show you how our customers can configure conditional rules. For example, we only need to show the second security industry regulations page if the user is employed. So I'm going to add a rule on the first page of security industry regulations that confirms the user is employed by selecting the first question and adding a rule and configuring the logic. Now, with the rule configured, the second page of industry security regulations will only be shown if the user selects that they're employed. Now, let's go ahead and activate this form. A few clicks, you'll get a link to the form that you can publish on your website. This provides customers with a seamless, interactive form filling experience while streamlining Tallybank's new account opening process. Once the form is complete, you can export data into your other business applications or run reports on it to discover actionable insights. DocuSign Web Forms enables Tallybank to transform its customer experience and accelerate new account openings.
We have heard from so many of you how challenging it is to maintain different versions of e-signature templates where the document only varies slightly. For example, your use case may require state-specific language in the document requiring you to maintain a template for each state, which can be tedious when updates need to be made. I'm excited that we now have an answer to this and want to introduce you to document generation in e-signature. Now you can save time in sending workflows and template maintenance while elevating the signer experience by generating personalized, professional-looking agreements within e-signature. You can easily create templates using the DocuSign template assistant for Word. In these templates, you can include conditional logic, which inserts the right content based on the user's selection, saving you effort to maintain templates. Also, your signers will no longer experience misalignment in formatting or mismatched fonts within your agreements. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at how Tally Company leverages document generation for their offer letters. Harry works in HR operations. His goal is to enable recruiters like Rachel to work more efficiently while providing a stellar candidate experience for candidates like Carrie. To leverage document generation, Harry starts by creating a Word document and uses the DocuSign template assistant to insert data fields that represent personalized information that needs to be provided for each offer letter. The template assistant creates the syntax needed for document generation, which Harry can then easily insert into the Word document. Harry can also create conditional logic to display or hide different bonus terms based on what candidate job title is inserted. This way, Harry can manage just one offer letter template instead of having to create and maintain multiple templates for each job title. Harry is now ready to create an e-sign template. He gives it a name, and uploads the Word document that he has created. Here, DocuSign automatically recognizes that the template is compatible with document generation and labels it as such. He adds in the recipient role, and then proceeds to the tagger page, where he can see a preview of the document. On this page, he drags on the signature and date sign field as he normally would. Harry saves the template, and now it's available to be used by the Tally HR team to generate documents for signature. Now let's take a look at document generation from the sender's perspective. From her DocuSign account, Rachel the recruiter accesses templates and select the template for offer letter. She can see by the label that it is compatible with document generation. Once Rachel adds in the candidate as a recipient, she is left to a form filling page to insert information needed to generate a complete offer letter. These fields correspond to the data fields that were previously inserted in the underlying Word document on the template. Once completed, a preview is shown, with all information dynamically inserted so it looks native to the document. Since this offer letter is for a software engineer, the appropriate bonus term is displayed while the bonus terms for other job titles are hidden, per the conditional logic inserted in the template. Now all Rachel has to do is to review the document and click Send. The candidate then receives the DocuSign notification via email. After clicking on the link, Harry, the candidate, is presented with a well-formatted, easy-to-read document that is personalized with his information and offer details. He easily finds the signature field and completes the agreement.
DocuSign is committed to providing the best experience by working with the technology you use every day. For this release, we are improving connectivity to electronic health records, including Epic and Oracle Cerner, improving patient and staff experience for our North America healthcare customers. First, a DocuSign envelope can be automatically triggered based on an EHR event. For example, after a patient schedules an appointment, this can automatically trigger digital patient intake forms without staff having to manually send the forms. Second, from a patient perspective, all forms can be signed and filled out digitally and sent back at any time, any place, and on any device. The completed agreement will be automatically uploaded into the patient record into the EHR. Your staff no longer needs to manually upload patient forms so they can focus on what matters most, the patient. With that, I will now give the floor to Prakash, who will continue sharing our e-signature updates.
Thanks, Christian, and hello, everybody. Let's talk more about bolstering security and trust. Close to 70% of businesses are struggling to decide between offering a good signer experience and maintaining an appropriate level of security. The more steps you impose on signers to identify themselves, the more complex it becomes and the higher the likelihood of people dropping out. With ID verification Premier, adding security does not mean taking away from the end user experience. Tightly integrated into the e-signature workflow, our ID verification Premier solution offers AI-enabled identification equivalent to face-to-face ID verification. This capability fulfills the highest levels of security and compliance, such as requirements for a qualified electronic signature or QES. Signers complete a QES in minutes, not days, through advanced liveness detection, selfie comparisons, and asynchronous agent reviews. As a result, you can achieve rigorous remote biometric identification faster while ensuring compliance with European regulation and reducing risk. This capability is available globally for all organizations that need to fulfill a QES ID requirement. Later this year, we will introduce an AI-enabled verification flow for organizations that want face-to-face equivalent ID without needing QES compliance. Let me show you more.
The signer receives an invitation to open up a bank account, as he usually would with any other DocuSign envelope. He clicks on the link that redirects him to his browser to start the ID verification process. He must first enter his phone number, which will be later used in the experience as a second factor of authentication. Once his phone number is entered, DocuSign explains that the verification process starts with one of our trusted partners. The signer is guided through the video capture process and agrees to share his information. The system will then quickly check that the signer has a stable internet connection and that there is no camera problems. The signer can now select the type of document he wants to present and its issuing country. In this case, the signer presents his Irish passport. The system explains to him that he must have his ID document at hand, and if the signer hasn't already done so, he allows access to his camera. Once ready, guided by a frame, the signer registers the front of his identity document. Then, he must tilt the document in order to show the security markings present on the passport. To finalize the capture of the passport, the signer must pass a small random challenge by capturing certain areas of his passport. This step avoids deep fakes, and it's the special component that allows us to offer a self-service process instead of relying on a more cumbersome face-to-face video appointment. Next, the signer will be notified that he'll have to take a short video of himself filming specific parts of his face. He can then take the pictures accordingly of his profile, before being prompted to copy some simple gestures, again to make sure that it is not a pre-recorded video. The gesture prompts will appear on the screen, and the signer will have to film himself while performing these gestures. Once completed, the signer will see a confirmation screen that all provided data is now sent and will be checked for verification. This usually takes a couple of minutes. After the verification process is completed, the signer will receive another email asking him to sign the document. The signer can easily access the document by opening the provided link. Documents can be viewed and signed from any device, including your phone. DocuSign will confirm that the signer ID has successfully been verified and will take the signer into the document. Once the signer accepted the terms and conditions, he will now be able to review and sign the document. Upon clicking Finish, he will be prompted to enter the code sent to his mobile phone. This extra step allows the signer to show his intent for signing this particular document, leading to higher signer assurance and lowering risk of dispute. Once this step is completed, the QES signing process is done. Once the signer's identity has been verified, the sender can access the ID evidence in the envelope. He simply clicks on View Details and is now able to access John Signer's identity information. In this instance, the e-signature admin has decided to capture a copy of the ID as well as the name, date of birth, and nationality extracted from the ID document. The sender can download a PDF of the ID evidence or extract the information via the ID evidence API to place in their own system of record.
Let's talk about our notary product, which allows you to notarize your documents remotely and electronically. With multiple notary groups, several signers will be able to complete multiple notarizations of the same agreement, but at different times. For example, Sarah and Mark need to co-sign and notarize a document, but cannot find a single time that works best for both of them to meet with a single notary public. With multiple notary groups, Sarah can meet with her notary public of choice at 1 p.m. and Mark can meet with his at 5 p.m. They can each sign and notarize the same document, but at different times with same or different notaries public. This not only removes the logistical hassle of coordinating schedules, but also helps you reduce costs. You can provide an enhanced and more efficient user experience by eliminating the need for multiple signers to sign synchronously. Multiple notaries public and up to 10 groups can now sign and notarize the same document. There's no need to send a new envelope for each new group of signers. Now, let's watch a demo.
Today, we will be reviewing multiple notary groups for DocuSign Notary. In this scenario, Sally and Sam Signer are required to sign and notarize an acknowledgement. However, finding a time for both Sally and Sam to meet with their notary public has been a challenge. Using multiple notary groups, Sally and Sam can meet at 2 different times by creating 2 distinct notary groups with different signing orders. So I am going to send this envelope as a sender. I will upload my document. Going to select my document. Okay, and then I'm going to add my first notary group here. Going to fill in the notary for this account. And let's add our first signer here. Before, we could only add 1 notary group here. Now with this feature in the drop down, we can add a second. You do have to set the signing order for multiple notary groups to work. So we'll go ahead and click that button. Now we've got the first notary group in routing order 1, the second notary group in routing order 2. I'm going to use the same notary for both of these notary groups. So one notary will sign for Sam, and then the same notary will sign for Sally. Okay. From here, we'll go on to the prepare phase. And this is another place where you'll really see that difference with multiple notary groups. So in the tab dropdown, I can see that I have my first notary group here with Sam Signer, second notary group here with Sally Signer. We will need to add tags for both notary groups to this one document. So I will start with the first notary group. We'll add the notary's signature down here. We will add their seal down here as well. For Sam, we'll add his signature. First signer there. And add a date tag. And now we'll start tagging for the second notary group. So even though this is the same notary for both groups, they need signatures and seals per notary group. And now we'll add Sally's tags here. That's the second signer. Okay, this acknowledgement looks good. I'm going to go ahead and send it. And now our DocuSign notary will receive an invite to begin the session. The notary is logged in, and they see that the acknowledgement is ready to be notarized. Click into notarize, and now the notary is going through our tag check screen. So we'll go ahead and click next. And now we're going to join the notary session. So this is for the notary session with just Sam Signer. So here we can see the document, we can see Sam Signer's tags, and we can see the notary's tags down here. So we will go ahead and wait for the signer to join. We're going to verify the identity of Sam Signer, who's joining to get her signature notarized. Okay, the notary and signer are now in the session together. The notary is going to go ahead and click next to kick off the notarization. Okay, so as we wait as the notary, Sam Signer is signing the document. The notary will wait for her to finish that process. And now that Sam is completed, I get the notification that she has, and we can see her signature here. I, as the DocuSign notary, am going to add my signature and my seal. So you can see the tags that we added earlier for the second signer and second session are not here yet. Just looks like a normal notarization. So we're going to go ahead and click finish. Okay, well, we're done with the session. Now we're going to go back in to join the second session as the same notary. This is that same acknowledgement from earlier. So let's click into this. We can show that we can see Sam Signer has signed, and I signed this. I notarized this earlier. Now we just need the second notary group to be completed. So I'm going to go ahead and click notarize here, and we'll do the same thing all over again. We're joining a separate session that has Sam Signer's signature here, the first notarization signature and seal, and now we're going to capture the second signer's signature here, Sally Signer. Now that we see Sally has signed and we have the date signed, it's the notary's term to sign and notarize. So I'm go ahead as the notary, add my signature and add my seal. Again, same seal, just different times and different signers, same document. So we'll go ahead and click finish and end the recording. And now we are all done.
Now we'll switch gears and cover the updates to the contract lifecycle management product. E-signature has changed the way that many organizations execute a contract, but the lifecycle before and after signature is often managed through manual processes, spreadsheets, and emails. This leads to wasted employee time, cost, increased risk, and delays in closed deals. 73% of organizations are still sending out contracts via email. We help customers connect and automate agreement processes with contract lifecycle management innovations, regardless of where they are in the digital transformation process. You're looking to create and deploy solutions that delight your own customers and employees, and because of that, we are committed to listening to your feedback and bringing you fast innovation. Let's talk about what's new in CLM Essentials. Today, you rely on repeatable, pre-configured templates to ensure contract consistency and compliance. Even with templates in place, the content within each contract will need to be tailored to a specific counterparty. Conditional logic in CLM Essentials reduces the amount of time you spend customizing agreements, makes templates more flexible, and ensures your agreements remain compliant. Admins can add conditional rules to document templates to control which parts will be hidden, shown, or filled in with custom text. For example, if additional fees do not apply to contracts with a value of $10,000 or more, the administrator can add a conditional rule into the contract template to hide this particular clause. There is no need to have and maintain two different versions of the same template, one with and one without the fee clause. This saves time by eliminating the need to create and manage multiple templates and helps you stay compliant. Here's the demo again.
Conditional logic in CLM Essentials gives admins the ability to dictate which parts of the agreement are hidden, shown, or pre-populated with custom text based on preset rules. Let's see how it works. In this scenario, I want to add logic to a template so that any deals over $10,000 will exclude implementation fees. To start, we'll open an existing template document. I'll scroll to the area where fees are covered and highlight the text I want to affect. Once highlighted, an icon labeled Add Logic Rule appears on the right-hand side. Clicking this icon opens the rule builder. First, we'll give this rule a name. We'll call it Fee Waiver. To create this rule, you can dictate whether all conditions need to be true, like an AND statement, or if any of the conditions can be true, like an OR statement. Here I see that the contract value must be $10,000, so I'll drag the contract value field from the left-hand side into the canvas. I indicate that if the contract value is greater than or equal to $10,000, to take a particular action. I can add additional parameters, but we'll keep this example simple. So if the value is greater than or equal to $10,000, then hide the content. Otherwise, show the content. I'm done setting the rule, so I'll click Save. In order to ensure that the rule is written back to the document, I'll click Save here. And I'll republish the process. Now the end user can generate a new agreement based on the updated template. The user goes to add a new agreement and clicks Generate, finds a template called Create SOW, and is taken to the form to input the relevant information. In this case, we'll enter a value of $10,500 so that we can see the text has been removed. Once the document has been generated, we can scroll down to the section to see that implementation fees are no longer in the document. Conditional logic gives our customers access to more flexible, tailored templates to ensure consistent and compliant creation of agreement.
We know that negotiation is a big step in building a contract. This process can be complex, and it's made more difficult when you can't see changes made by stakeholders during contract review. Edit for CLM saves you time by syncing agreement changes in your preferred document editing application. We've heard from you that this product needs some updates, and I'm excited to announce that we're bringing those to you today. We're adding a modern authentication experience. We're enhancing security, making this version compatible with the latest version of Apple and Microsoft operating systems. And we're simplifying maintenance with enhancements and bug fixes automatically deployed in the new Edit application. Thank you, and now back to you, Beatrice.
This brings our event to an end. We loved spending time with you and envisioning the future of agreements together. Thank you all for choosing DocuSign and joining us today. We will see you in July for our next release.